Wake up, Iowa City.
I'm Natalia Waynek.
And I'm Jackson Kalmar.
And we have such a fun segment for you guys today. I mean, we are adding 2 new segments. We have our Johnny Pascuzzi, who's going to be talking about sports, and we have a fun segment towards the end. So I'm really excited about this. Yeah, I'm really excited about this episode. Jackson, can you start us off with your food segment of the week?
All right, sounds good. So, audience, you know I'm a man of my word. Last week I said, I'm going to go to Barancini. I'm going to try their food, do a little bit of that old-fashioned investigative journalism and report back to you. And let me just tell you, my report is incredible. And incredible is an understatement when it comes to describing their food. I had 2 margarita pizzas, a little bit of a veggie Italian pizza that my sister got. My mother got a caprese sandwich that was in their homemade focaccia. Definitely probably butchered all those names, but I'm an American, so that's my excuse I'm going to run with. But Natalia said, Jackson, it's a good place. You got to try it. I should have believed her, but I had to go check it out for myself. So, yeah.
With that being said, Jackson, I just want to say I told you so because I did. I did tell you. You don't want to believe me. Now you tried it for yourself, and this is one of my favorite restaurants, and I hope it's yours too.
You told me so, but I should doubt you more often, so I have to actually go investigate for myself. Because when it comes to food, Barancini knows what they're doing. The pizza last week I said is like a Neapolitan Southern Italian style. But actually, it's not. It's more like a Central Italian, Northern Italian, which just means that it's a little bit flatter, like a flatbread, but still made in that really hot oven. It was incredible. The olive oil, the fresh ingredients, the focaccia bread. If you go, you need to get the focaccia bread.
Okay, Jackson, I used to always call it the focaccia bread, and I actually studied abroad in Italy and found out I was wrong, and that's not what it's called. So I definitely am going to have to learn from my mistakes.
Did they laugh at you?
They definitely laughed at me.
I would have too.
And my face definitely turned red. So that was something I don't want to experience again.
But now it's time for my second restaurant pick of this week. You ready?
Yep.
So, during the day, I went to Barancini. That evening for dinner, I went to Si Signor 2. You need to support this business. It's located in between Iowa City and Coralville. So it's about like 2.5 miles from campus. Not even that. Short drive. I got a burrito literally this big. The size of my forearm for $13. My father got a massive plate of nachos. My mother got a salad. Everything was college student pricing, just really reasonable prices. You get a meal for there and a meal for home because it's just that big. And they called me amigo. The hospitality was incredible. I've never experienced somebody that really immerses you in their restaurant's culture. And I really loved Si Signor 2. So support Si Signor 2 as soon as possible because the Burrito Grande was heavenly.
Jackson, that's something about the culture here in Iowa City is the food. I mean, there's so many cool restaurants. I know there's one on Lynn Street. I think it's called Crepe Deluxe or Lux de Crepe. I don't know. I hope I'm not butchering it. Their owners are probably the sweetest people. They actually come to your table, greet themselves, tell you what you want. Like they're just more personable. They actually start conversation with you versus like, hey, what can I get you? You know what I mean? So that's definitely a place I would love for you to try and come back so I could tell you I told you so again, you know? Just kidding.
I've never had a crepe before, so that sounds really good. I'm excited. I'm going to have to go there and have some crepes. But now it's time for a little bit of a change of pace, something that we haven't done before.
Yeah.
Johnny, take it away with sports.
Thank you for that introduction, Jackson and Natalia, and I'm excited to join Wake Up Iowa City. Now, if you've been around campus like I have, I hope you saw or at least heard about Caitlin Clark's record-breaking night. If you don't know what happened, you must be living under a rock. But she became the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball history. This was quite the accomplishment, and honestly, it was just cool to witness. I got to go to it in person, and it was one of the better sporting experiences I've had. And I've seen a lot. I've been to UFC events, I've been to the Super Bowl, and as an Iowa football player, I've traveled all across the country and played in many stadiums. But this ranked right up there with them. Now don't forget, there's still more history to be made, as Caitlin Clark is only 51 points away from breaking Pete Maravich's all-time NCAA scoring record. Pistol Pete was an NBA legend, and he set this record at LSU from 1967 to 1970, and she's set to break this at their last home game against Ohio State on March 2nd. Now I got to show love to the men's team as Peyton Stanford became the first Iowa men's player to record a triple-double. And also, Iowa became the first school to have a triple-double in both men and women's basketball in the same month. This is Johnny Pascuzzi with sports. I'll see you next week.
Johnny, thank you so much for your sports report. We're excited to hear from you next week when we figure out what else is happening in Iowa City. Iowa City has so much fascinating sports just always happening. So Johnny, do your research because we're going to be paying attention. Natalia, it's time for your book segment.
My favorite segment.
I mean, it's my favorite segment too. I don't read. You're pretty much reading for two people.
Yeah.
You're filling me in on what you're reading. Natalia, what's your Goodreads for the week?
You know, I get books, I want to surprise you, I want to excite you, I want you to start your reading journey, so I'm trying different things, different genres. And this genre of the week is thriller, psychological thriller, gets you thinking, gets you worried, gets you concerned. It's this book. I read this book, I'm just going to tell you, in a day. I kid you not, in one sitting, I read this book from beginning to end. It was that good. And I can't say that about a lot of books. It was a page turner. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to pose a question to you. I found this question. Would you defend your husband if he was accused of killing his mistress?
So, I don't think I'd ever get into this situation because I'm not going to have a husband, but continue.
Why did I know you were going to say that? Okay, so basically, this woman, she's a lawyer, and she finds out that her husband was having an affair, and the mistress that he was having an affair with actually was murdered. So it's kind of a whodunit. Why is she like defending her husband? Why is she his lawyer? And she tells him that she made a promise to love him forever, and she made a vow basically. So the question is like, why is she doing this? Why am I going to keep reading this? And let me tell you, I know why I kept reading it. It was so good. It was that good. But sorry, I blabber a lot about books when I'm excited, so that's just what happens. But
I'm excited for this next book that you have. Colleen Hoover's the author?
Yes.
Okay.
So Colleen Hoover, she's known for writing a lot of different kinds of books. She's famous for It Ends With Us with Blake Lively, a movie that's coming out soon. But she wrote this one, and I was just shocked when I read it. I mean, my jaw was dropped. Cannot believe that she thought this, you know, and she put it on paper. I don't know, you just kind of really have to read it. I mean, my jaw was dropped for 3 weeks or so, and I still think about this book to this day. So that just tells you everything you need to know.
So I guess I'm going to have to read that book now.
Yes, exactly.
But anyways, we're going to move to our newest segment right now, which is a little game that we have prepared for you guys. We're really switching it up this week. Are you ready for Debunked? Natalia, give us an intro on like what Debunked really is.
Well, I just wanted the viewers to be more engaged. I wanted to start playing a little game, keep it entertaining. So I thought of this segment called Debunked. So basically, there's so many myths out there, just like your mom tells you, hey, you can't go outside with your hair wet or you're going to get sick. Those myths that you think are true, which aren't, we're going to talk about them, we're going to debunk them. So we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
I'm going to pose a statement, and you're going to tell me if you believe it's true or false. Okay?
All right. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to kind of go back and forth. I could start, and then you could pose a statement. So, first one, honey does not spoil.
All right. I would say that honey does spoil.
Okay.
Because I don't really like to play with fire, especially when it comes with food and expiration dates. Yeah, if honey's in the cabinet for 2 years, that's really pushing it. Maybe I'll, be a little experimental and try it, but ugh. So Natalia, tell me the fact.
Okay, are you buzzing that in?
I'm buzzing that in.
Okay. That is
Really?
wrong. I hope I made the right buzzer noise. Yeah, no. Actually, archaeologists have discovered that honey, or pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old, and it was still perfectly edible. So
you're
no excuse for throwing out your honey.
You're telling me as these guys who have like PhDs were like brushing away ancient artifacts, they were like, ooh, that was good. Like that is dangerous. Wow, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to book a flight to Egypt and try this 3,000-year-old honey for myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know how they did it, but when I read this, I was shocked. So I don't know. Might have to try out older honey.
So, Natalia, here's my question.
Okay.
We'll see if this stumps you a little bit.
Okay.
Do goldfish have a 3-second memory? Is this true?
3-second memory?
3 seconds.
I'm gonna go with no. I think they have less than 3 seconds.
Less?
Yeah, maybe I'm just being not nice to goldfish, but I'm gonna go with less.
Well, it actually turns out goldfish can remember things for months, which I actually read on a Snapple once, years and years back. Yeah, that they had a 3-second memory, and that was even wrong.
Months?
Months.
I don't know if I believe you.
That's a better
Jackson.
memory than myself. I barely remember that we had to film a show today and get equipment and everything.
So you're telling me goldfish remember when I don't give them food for a while?
Oh yeah, they hold grudges. They definitely hold grudges. I don't hold a grudge. I like to eat. I literally have a food segment.
So that makes sense why they swim away from me. That makes total sense. Okay.
So Natalia,
I have some apologies to be doing for my goldfish, but anyway.
what's your next question?
Okay, I'm actually really excited about this one because I was shocked myself. Ugh, I hope I didn't give it away. Bulls are enraged by the color red.
I'd say it's true, just because of how culturally renowned it is all over the world. You have Mexico, Italy, Spain, Lamborghini names all their cars after bulls and the families that raised the bulls for bullfighting. So Natalia, I'm buzzing it in. It's true. Red enrages bulls.
Wrong again, Jackson. You're wrong again. You would think that that's the case because you watch so many films and documentaries about this stuff, but it's actually not true. So the bulls are not actually enraged by the color red. They're colorblind. So instead of the red, they're mad about the movement of the red, whatever it's called, muletas. I hope that's pronounced right. So they don't like the movement of the cake. They don't like the color. They're colorblind. I think that was so crazy. When I read that, I was shocked. My mind was blown. I can't believe we debunked that one.
You know what? I relate. I'm colorblind as well. And if someone was just like waving this piece of fabric and like yelling things at me and there's a crowd that hates me, I'd be upset too.
You'd grow horns and...
Exactly. I'd be angry. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching Wake Up Iowa City. I'm Jackson Kalmar.
I'm Natalia Olenek, and Wake Up Iowa City.
Later. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.